Welcome back to episode 5 of Inside the Inning, brought to you by Afterthought Sports in the radio station of WSPU 88.3 FM The Buzz. I'm Gavin Watson, joined alongside Ryan Adio and Jack Haskell. Fellas, how are we doing?
Doing good. Ready to talk some baseball. We've got a lot to talk about today.
Yeah.
Let's get right into it.
Do we want to just start off with the biggest news? I would say the biggest news of the week. Toronto Blue Jays extending Vladdy Guerrero Jr. on a $500 million deal for 14 years. Toronto will pay 65% of that deal as a signing bonus. That equates to about $325 million. They do this so that Vladdy will now receive that money from the tax code of his hometown of Florida. So there will be a little less money paid out. Another little wrinkle in it as well is that because this signing bonus was paid, like such a large amount of it is a signing bonus, if there is a lockout after the 2026 season, he will still get paid, even though lockouts pause salaries. So that's another little wrinkle that kind of makes sense of why Vlad wanted to do this on the backdrop of a potential labor dispute. What are your guys' thoughts on this contract? Like, what are your first reactions to the contract?
Over all the financials. That was actually crazy.
Talk about Fleece job. I mean,
Yeah.
Vladdy Guerrero Jr. hasn't even hit a home run yet this season.
Yeah.
Is he really not?
No.
Yeah.
Last I heard, I mean, it was like 2-3 days
He
ago.
might have actually hit one last night.
Maybe he has.
I
But
mean, I'm going.
maybe
I'm
the
working.
first 9 games in, he hadn't even hit a home
zero.
run.
Zero.
Still zero. So he still hasn't even hit a home run yet this season. But
I mean, he still has
regardless-
a 110 OPS plus, but
Regardless,
so he's still hitting the
I
ball
mean,
well.
$500 million for a guy like Vladdy Guerrero Jr. What are we doing? I mean,
325 up front. Like they paid him
Yeah.
to the moon
Well-
and back. I don't think he's.
I
really
mean,
worth
lock
that
up
much.
your star guy, I guess,
Yeah,
but
but no.
holy overpay.
the 325 is actually paid out over the course of 14 years, but it's considered a signing bonus so that it's taxed in Florida and he can get paid during the lockout.
But I mean, even 14 years too. Like I know people are
That's
saying
a lot.
like that's a fine length, but like that's a pretty long
That
time.
is a long time. Yeah, it is.
Do you think Vladdy Guerrero plays the next 14 seasons for the Toronto Blue Jays?
How old is he now?
He is
I don't
26 and 25 years old.
No.
You don't think
You
he
think
do
he's
you-
gonna play till he's 40?
No,
Yeah.
No.
Put him at
He
DH,
could.
I'll end up like
He could,
Albert
but-
Pujols.
no.
He's not gonna be good past like 35.
I don't know exactly how his career is going to end yet.
Yeah. I hear
But
that.
no, he's not going to play that contract out. It's going to be one of the worst contracts in all of MLB history when it's all said and done.
Really?
You can quote me on that. I hope this clip finds its way
Oh boy.
back onto the internet 14 years
14
from now.
years, yeah.
Maybe this turns into the next Bobby Bonilla day. I don't know, but this contract
I
is
doubt
going
it.
to haunt this contract is going to haunt the Blue Jays organization.
The
Fair
TikTok
enough.
community is going to eat this up, I feel like.
You know what? I hope our TikTok community is very strongly opinionated, but so am I.
Fair enough. Yeah.
In other news, Javi Baez played his first career game in center field on Sunday. He didn't start in center field, but he kind of got moved around a little bit, and he played in center field for the first time, which he's played in left before, he's played in right before. Not too much experience, but a normal infield guy, kind of getting lost in the shuffle in this middle
Yeah.
infield heavy Tigers team. But kind of weird that they just throw
I
him
don't
in
know,
center
yeah.
field. Just
I mean,
like here,
center-
see what you can do.
Outfield is outfield. That's what I've always said.
I
but, like,
suppose.
if you're bad at infield, you can go to outfield. I guess. Like that's
Yeah.
all I can say.
Or
you
if you're bad in outfield, you can go to infield.
Yeah.
It's really
That's true.
interchangeable.
Talk about bad contracts. Another horrible contract is Javier Baez. However, I haven't been watching Javier Baez that closely this season. And he's off to a decent start to this year. I mean, 116 OPS plus, 321 batting average over his first 9 games. I mean, Javier Baez is actually hitting pretty well.
We're 9 games in. Let's not
granted,
hold that
I agree.
We're
We
9
are-
games in, and Gleyber Torres is currently on the IL. I wouldn't
Yeah.
put too much thought into it. But someone who I would put thought into.
I do,
that's
me too, I was
starting
gonna
off the
say.
season
We're
hot,
just going straight into
my
that.
guy Trent Grisham, 367 batting average, a 1.141 OPS, 229 OPS plus, and a .5 WAR. That's good for like one of the best WARs in the league. I mean,
Yeah.
See,
I've been saying that Trent Grisham is a good baseball player.
see,
And
I would
no one wanted to agree with me.
I would love to
Look,
agree
I'm
with
not
you.
even a Yankees fan, so
Except
I
for
don't
the-
have anything to weigh in on this.
I would agree with you, except for the fact that his WAR has actually gone down from a 0.7 down to a 0.5. So he's already starting to come back down to earth.
Okay,
So
all right. Give him some leeway. He'll get it back up there.
when he's coming off the bench for the Yankees in like a month or a different time?
You know what? There's going to be injuries on the. There already are injuries on this Yankees team. Maybe you DH him if Ben Rice starts.
It's not the
in
worst
a slump.
idea. I mean, if he continues to hit the way that he's hitting,
I don't know if you DH him actually because he's too good in the outfield. But I mean, like even that too. Like he's really good defensively. Like Trent Grisham is a solid starting outfielder caliber player in the MLB. And not for nothing, but my birthday's coming up in 3 months. Any of you need a birthday present idea? Trent Grisham jersey will make me happy.
You know, Jack, Christmas is in.
You should ask
10
Santa
months,
for that.
so,
If you're nice, maybe Santa will
about
get it
8
for you.
months. We gotta get. We'll see by then. How about that?
But nonetheless,
The fact that we're talking about Trent Grisham on this show is just a bad day for the
listen,
Yankees. The fact
I
that
love me
Trent
my
Grisham
Yankees,
is the
and
best
I
hitter
love
on the
me
Yankees.
some Trent Grisham.
Yeah.
I myself am not necessarily a
That-
thorough Trent Grisham enjoyer.
That jersey will. It'll give you some use for like a couple of years, maybe even 1 or 2.
And then he'll be out of the league.
I wouldn't go
Yeah.
that far.
Another storyline from the Yankees. Almost like somebody was right about Devin Williams.
Devin, Clay, Holmes, Aroldis Chapman Williams.
Who was the one who said Devin Williams was a risky
he's-
signing and
Even
he's
in
coming
my,
off a down year?
Even in
and-
my franchise
I knew
sim
you were
and
gonna say
MLB
that.
The Show, he has like 15 blown saves in the regular season.
Yeah.
What is up with Devin Williams? What is going on?
He's not good.
He,
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you what's up with
you
him.
know,
He's just bad.
I watched that Mets game that he blew, the
Okay.
game that he
Yeah.
blew against the Mets
Yeah.
to end the Brewer season. And when I saw Devin Williams get traded to the Yankees, like that was in the back of my head. I was like, I don't know. He's a proven playoff choker, but
Yeah.
maybe playing in the pinstripes just means something different. He's already given up more earned runs this season
I'm
than he
actually
did last
not
season.
surprised.
He's
at
only
all.
had one appearance for the Yankees where he hasn't given up a run. Every other appearance he's had with the New York Yankees, he has allowed a run. One thing I do want to point out is I saw this tweet today when I was doing my scroll of Twitter from Yankees
As he
Apple on Twitter.
As you do as well.
As I do as well.
And the career splits of Devin Williams. March, April, a 3.86 ERA. May, 2.51 ERA. June, 1.65 ERA. July, 0.87 ERA. August, 1.55 ERA. And September and October, a 1.89 ERA. So he's good. He's historically gotten better as the years gone on. I mean, this is a guy who needs time to get back into it. Especially, he's a hard thrower. He likes to spin the ball with his changeup. So cold weather in New York isn't necessarily going to help his pitches out when he's throwing in, 30-degree weather in Detroit on a 3-game midweek series. I mean, I don't necessarily, for me, even though I'm saying I don't believe that much in Devin Williams, I do think it's a small sample size, and we can probably relax a little bit and wait a little bit, and he will figure it out somehow, or Matt Blake and the pitching staff will be able to help him figure it out.
So you're saying in the winter and in the fall he's gonna be terrible. And that's why, I mean, he's a playoff choker. I mean, you talked about
There you
it.
go.
I'm Devin
But you get
Williams.
him in,
I'm cold. I can't pitch in the cold.
You get him in June, July, and August.
Yeah.
There's something.
I just
And
want a
then just
good
don't-
closer.
You get him
Don't
good
put
down
him-
the stretch.
Don't put him on the playoff lineup.
So now, I
don't know if you can go that far.
All right, fine.
I don't know if you can go that far. I think he's still a playoff caliber reliever, just maybe not in that closing spot.
that's what I was about to
Brings
say.
me
Do
to
you
my next
think-
question.
Fair enough.
At what point do the Yankees revert back to Luke Weaver at the closing spot? Because, I mean, Luke Weaver in the postseason as our closer, phenomenal. I mean, he started to lose it a little bit down the stretch, but you can argue that he was just being overplayed and
lack of
overthrown.
depth, yeah.
But, I mean, Luke Weaver is a dog, and we've talked about that before.
He's going to get a payday. Whenever he's a free agent next, he's going to get a payday.
And I hope
you
to
know.
God that payday involves him staying in the Pistons.
He's on a 2-year, $4.5 million deal that ends at the end of the season.
Which that arguably might be one of the best value
That's probably one of the best
contracts
contracts ever. Probably in MLB history. I mean, that is disgusting for how good of a player he is. I don't know if I would necessarily pull the plug on Devin Williams.
I think you give him a little more time. Like, you don't pull the plug on him yet. It's just a matter of when do you pull the plug. If you pull the plug.
I don't know how big of fans you guys are of John Boy. I myself am a decently big fan of him. And Jimmy and Jake always talk about on Talking Yanks that, the Yankees season doesn't truly start until 2 months in, till June, July. And they've kind of, if you look back at like all these years that I've at least watched Yankees, it's felt like those first 2 months are just kind of like, yeah, throw some guys out there, see what works, see what doesn't. So I don't necessarily think the Yankees are going to revert back to Luke Weaver as the closer right away. Yeah, but if it keeps going down this path, they got to make something work because, I think the expectation for this New York team is still World Series or bust.
Yeah, I think you said it before. You were like, the first 2 months of Yankees baseball, it just doesn't make sense. Yeah.
To your point, we've already DFA'd Adam Ottavino twice. So, we're just throwing stuff out and seeing.
Yeah, that's just because they have limited roster space, so they're just trying to.
Because Devin Williams got pregnant, and then.
Well, I don't think Devin Williams was the one who got pregnant necessarily. I don't know his situation.
Congrats on the baby.
Hey. Hope the.
Can we get a Devin Williams? Well. Can we get Devin Williams pitching stats since becoming a father, or is it too small of a sample size?
Probably pretty bad.
Probably, yeah.
It's been like 2 games, I think.
Hey, get it out of the way now before your son can see how bad of a pitcher you are.
That might have to get cut. I don't know if we can.
We'll roll with it.
Say that.
Is that so ridiculous to say?
It's a little edgy.
It's not the worst. It's not the worst thing you've said.
If you haven't had an opportunity to watch Yankees baseball, Devin Williams, he lost the Pirates the last game of the Yankees-Pirates series. He gave up a walk-off hit to Tommy Pham,
who was hitting below the Mendoza line by that point.
Who was wearing batting gloves in the outfield on one hand, and then he gave up 3 runs to the Tigers, but was able to shut it down. But allowed the Tigers to get back in the game.
I thought Luke Weaver came in.
Oh, was it Luke Weaver?
I think Luke Weaver came in to get the last out of that game.
I was calling a base Williams, so I don't necessarily...
Again, noticing.
Here's the save, yeah.
In that Pirates game, Luke Weaver went 2 innings and didn't give up a run. So he did better in his time against the Pirates than, our good old friend Devin Williams.
Because, as we've said, Luke Weaver is an absolute dog.
Dude, Weaver's world, man.
Noticing.
I am noticing. I have been noticing.
You're talking like meme terms. Like, we are noticing. Okay.
Yeah, Devin Williams did come in to finish that game off, it looks like, maybe? No,
I think Luke Weaver, one of the games that Devin Williams gave up like 3 earned runs, Luke Weaver came in and got the final out.
It wasn't the Detroit game. He came in for the hold. So he was probably the 8th inning guy.
Anyway,
am I losing it?
I have no idea.
I'm looking at his game pitch log.
I've been so lost on what you guys are discussing about at this point. Are we saying he wasn't?
He entered in the bottom of the 8th, and he exited at the bottom with 3 outs in the bottom of the 8th. So then Devin Williams came in and finished it off in the 9th.
All right, there you go.
So there we go. Luke Weaver, good. Devin Williams,
we'll see.
On the question list, yeah.
Extremely loud, incorrect buzzer. But regardless, we were talking about the outfield. Wilyer Abreu had a pretty nasty throwout at third the other night. One of the best outfield plays I've ever seen. Gavin,
what? I don't watch Red Sox baseball, so
you haven't seen the clip of Wilyer Abreu?
No, I'm gonna pull it up right now, and
I think I might have seen
it. An absolute cannon.
If my computer will load. If not, I'll throw it up afterwards.
I don't know. Someone else. If you're watching
4-6-25. All right. Wilyer Abreu throws out Lars Nootbaar, my dad's favorite player. Genuinely, that's not even a joke. My dad loves Lars Nootbaar.
That's such a niche player to like.
Yeah. No, it's because him and Bo Bichette are my dad's 2 favorite players because they sound like Star Wars characters. I swear. I'm not kidding. This is a real thing. I'm kind of trying to fill because I'm watching an ad to watch this video. All right, it's up. Now I get the clip. All right, here we go. Oh my goodness, what a snipe!
Live Gavin reaction.
That's crazy.
Live. We're gonna need like a frame live Gavin
Gavin
reaction.
reaction.
I'll put it in so the viewers can see
Yeah.
what we're talking about. Yeah, what a play. I mean, former Yankee on the mound, Richard Fitz, so he had to love that one. Keep a guy off third base late in the game.
It makes you wonder, though. Is Wilyer Abreu the best right fielder in baseball right now?
Jack, so you put that on the sheet, and when I was doing my prep earlier,
He actually did say that.
I actually had a physical reaction. I turned to Ryan and I go, Ryan, did Aaron Judge die? Did he retire? Is he not playing anymore? Because I don't know how you can't say Aaron Judge is the best right fielder in the game of baseball.
Okay, well let's.
So am I mistaken? Did he shockingly retire at the age of 28 or what?
Let's look at Wilyer Abreu's stats first.
Are we talking about defense or offense?
Defense, offense. I mean,
Like
let's.
both? Okay.
We'll look at his
Yeah.
stats first. 241 OPS plus, a 1.203 OPS, 378 batting average, 3 home runs, and 12 RBIs.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge's 1.238 OPS, 255 OPS plus, 354 batting average, 20 RBIs, 6 home runs, 2 stolen bases. I think I would much rather have Aaron Judge's production than Wilyer Abreu. Let's go look at the defensive stats a while.
I
Just while
think
we're
Wilyer
talking.
Abreu might be giving him a run for his money, though. That's all I'm trying to say.
It's not. I mean, it's not the worst.
It's not the worst take I've heard you make.
It's not. It's definitely not the worst take that Jack Haskell has given on Inside.
Here,
the
I want to see
It's
the
definitely not
defensive
Soto.
numbers.
I can tell you that.
No, it is not Soto.
Yeah.
And
Mets legend Juan
is
Soto.
that gonna lead us into our Mets minute?
No. Hold
Not
on.
yet.
I gotta
'Cause
look
I actually
at
have a lot to talk about. I will tell you.
Wilyer Abreu is a better defender right now in the current season than Aaron Judge. He has 2 defensive runs saved, and Aaron Judge has 0. So, shout out you, Wilyer Abreu. Keep doing you.
It's not the-
Noticing.
It's noticing. We're noticing. It's not the worst take. I won't lie.
He is playing
but-
well. I mean, yeah, he's playing well, and he's in a good clubhouse in
Give it-
Boston that has a great manager in Alex Cora. So, I mean, yeah, he's going to get the job done.
Give it a solid month, and then we'll come back to this.
We'll see. It's definitely
I think he's a
Definitely
product of a
something to
small sample size.
No.
could be an all-star season.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That feels like a pretty hot take.
I
I'm not going to lie.
mean maybe he's
Wilyer
starting
Abreu is
off the
kind of
year
a
really hot,
niche name
but-
in the game of baseball. I feel like if you walked up to Joe Schmo on the streets, they would not know who Wilyer Abreu is.
So why not Wilyer Abreu then? Why not Wilyer Abreu?
Well, I'll tell you why not
Are we
Wilyer
saying-
Abreu. Because
are we
fans
saying
vote
he's
on the
not-
All-Star game.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but also
I mean, Real is going to recognize Real. Fans are going to
No.
acknowledge
he
talent.
does play for one
No.
of the largest franchises in the MLB.
He does.
Like-
Jack,
the
I just
largest
disagree
fan base.
that
Yes.
fans will be real because there was the 2015, I believe, All-Star game was just entirely Royals. Or like, I think Altuve
Well,
made it,
let me
and that
ask
was
you
it.
this, Gavin. Would you vote for Wilyer Abreu?
No, I would vote for Aaron Judge. This isn't a shock. It shouldn't be a shock. I mean,
Is this Yankees bias?
no!
It might be a little bit.
He's a
Yankees.
better hitter. He's producing more for his team. How is this? How am I the one being told I have a hot take? What is going? Is this rage? Am I being rage baited?
Probably. I also I'm siding with Jack because I think it's funny.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you your little
live Gavin reaction.
your little
Live Gavin.
stinky
We're gonna need a
Mets
live
minute.
Gavin reaction when Wilyer Abreu.
I'm sick of the Yankees. Move on to the Mets. I don't want to talk about
Whoa,
this.
Moving on to
whoa,
the
we gotta
Mets.
hold on. We have a little more of Red Sox
Straight
news.
away.
Have you guys seen the new Red Sox documentary?
I
on Netflix?
started watching it last night. I watched one episode of it because I saw that you linked it in there, and then I didn't end up watching that episode. But I did see it, and I'm starting to watch
Yeah,
it.
I haven't watched it either yet, but I definitely want to take a look at it because the new Red Sox documentary on Netflix includes a 53-minute episode dedicated to Red Sox outfielder Jarren Duran and his
Just
mental health struggles.
A sad story. I mean, 2022, he attempted suicide. He had a down year, and he felt like the fans were really getting on him, the media was really getting on him, and he felt like he really just couldn't find an outlet. And he said he tried to kill himself, but the rifle didn't fire, and so he talked about how it forced him to look himself in the mirror and realize like he's here for a reason, and he's here to help other people. And I was reading an ESPN article that they put out that was through the Associated Press, and he said he went public so that he could reach those who are feeling alone, and that he said in the docu-series in that episode that the expectation of the fans and the media wore on him, and that at times he felt like players were treated like zoo animals, and it's awful. I mean that should never be. It should never be that way. No fan or media member should make you feel at all this way, and I think the fans out there in Boston need to reevaluate how they treat their players. They've always had a reputation for being tough on the fans or tough on the players and tough on the team, but man, like if you're reading this story as a Boston fan, like that's gotta hit hard. Like,
and I mean, this just gave me a whole new respect for Jared Wren, and I know
he's had some
fans
controversy in his career.
Think of him differently, or they may have a little bit of maybe, I don't even know if anger is the right word, but they may feel a certain way about him because of his the homophobic slur that he said last season. But
yeah,
I'm a big mental health guy. I'm a big like speaking out. Like it's okay to not be okay.
Yeah,
and to speak out as an athlete. Like on a stage like that, where you're not supposed to have feelings. You're getting money. You're getting paid millions of dollars just to play a sport.
Right.
It's hard to speak out, and it can be really lonely sometimes as an athlete. It's lonely at the top. We've heard so many athletes, celebrities, like it's lonely at the top. And
and baseball is a game where it's just such a grind tough. I mean,
not to
162
use the slump word, but if you get in a slump, like that does something to you.
It's a tough game. It'll beat you up physically. It'll beat you up mentally. Like this is a tough sport. So I'm really happy that Jared Wren is getting the help he needs, and it is gonna come back from this. And so I hope that he is right. I hope that him coming public with this story encourages people in Boston and people who watch the MLB who may be going through things to go seek the help that they need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for him. It's a really great story, actually.
Moving on,
in
lighter news,
back to
the Athletics, after being forced out of their city, they're not having too bad of a start.
No, I
wouldn't say they were forced out of their city, first off, but continue.
They weren't forced out.
They chose out of their city.
Well, they're
no longer in Oakland.
I don't think the players wanted to leave Oakland, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, from a money marketing.
From what it sounds like, it's really only the owner who wanted to leave Oakland.
Yeah.
The owner and the Las Vegas mayor are kind of the two people.
You also got to think Vegas is the largest market in the world.
Yeah, but also the A's aren't going to pay money, so what's the point? Anyways, we're talking about the good things the A's are doing, not what John Fisher is doing.
Pretty well, and they're in a pretty weak division.
They are still.
The AL West is not that great.
I did look; they still are last in the AL West. But this is a young team. This is a good team. Ryan, I want you to take this segment away. I want You came up with this segment, so I want you to take it.
So the A's have kind of been flying under the radar a little bit so far. I mean, yes, they are at the bottom of the AL West, but they've had some really young, scrappy players who are looking better than the majority of the MLB right now. I want to talk about the A's shortstop, Jacob Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Wilson, he has a 396 batting average, which is the second in the MLB. That's above Shohei Ohtani. That's above Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
That's above your MVP frontrunners right now.
That's what I hit for in MLB The Show.
That is video game numbers. Unbelievable. And he has a hit in every single game this season. 13 straight. And this is his first year, I believe, debuting fully in the MLB. Like, I think he had a couple injuries, maybe. Something like that.
Does he have rookie status still?
I wonder if he does have rookie status.
I thought you said he did. I can look at it quick.
I think he does. If he is, he's probably the front runner for AL Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, rookie status still intact through 2025, according to Baseball Reference.
So, look out for him to be your Rookie of the Year. His minor league stats are actually unbelievable.
Yeah, Ryan was reading these to me earlier in the room, and oh my goodness, this guy's going off.
In 307 at-bats, he has 65 runs, 123 hits, 8 home runs, 52 RBIs, 6 stolen bases. He has a 4.01 average over his minor league career. He has a 4.46 OBP and a 1.052 OPS.
I mean, not necessarily a power hitter, but if you can get on base,
yeah, he's a contact.
That's
he's
pretty
the
valuable.
Definition of contact hitter. A lot of people were saying he could be one of the best hitters in minor league baseball ever. I mean, I haven't really looked at minor league baseball, but
Yeah, I mean,
he could be up there.
I don't know.
And he's taken that to the big leagues. He looks great so far, and the A's are kind of overshadowed. So I thought I'd do a little spotlight. For
Yeah,
him.
and this Oakland team is young. They are
Not in Oakland anymore.
This team is really young. They have a lot of young players, a lot of good prospects. So I'm excited to see how they grow in or out of Oakland, wherever they land, wherever they end up.
As
I'm
the
excited to
wise
see.
Ryan Adio once said, if I can ever correct Gavin Watson on baseball
go.
knowledge,
There
I'm
you
going
go.
to take it every chance I can get.
There it is. Yeah.
There's-
Also the A's first baseman, Tyler Soderstrom. I think that's how you say it. He has a .354 batting average, which is up there with the top of the MLB. 4.26 OBP, 7.71 slugging, and a 1.197 OPS this season.
Yeah,
saw
I'm
a
interested to
tweet.
see the Oakland A's of 2026 when, they've taken a step up and maybe some teams have not taken a step. I'm very curious to see where that leads to.
I saw a tweet captioned literally just Jesus, Mary, and Joseph with a picture of Tyler Soderstrom stats.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, all right. If you're an A's fan, it is probably your Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
If
right
you're an
now.
A's fan, this is the happiest you've been in a
Well,
long
they've
time.
got Brent Rooker and Mason Miller
hasn't
before he
been playing.
becomes a Yankee.
Who hasn't been playing well this season, but yeah.
Because historically every pitcher is going to become a Yankee at some point in their career.
Okay.
Well, because we'll have Skeens and Mason Miller.
Skeens, I don't think that's far-fetched. I think the Yankees will give him a lot of money. He's marketable. Speaking of Paul Skeens and the Pittsburgh
Why
Pirates,
the long face?
Are we you actually think Paul Skeens is going to be a Yankee?
Yes.
do you
Maybe
not?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know where his career trajectory is going to end up.
You don't think Livy Dunn is going to pass up on a chance to live in New York?
Jack, if we're talking about where Livy Dunn wants to live, do you really think she's going to pass up
Maybe
L.A. with the
Yeah.
Dodgers, who are going to
Yeah.
throw money at
If Paul
anything?
Skeens goes to the Dodgers, I'm shaving my head
it's
bald.
over.
Oh, I hope he goes to L.A.
Oh, we are.
We're
pulling
keeping
that.
this video. I'm clipping this after the show so we have it.
If Paul
On
Skeens
file.
goes to the Dodgers, I will say some not nice things on Twitter.
Well, yeah, because you're going to be bald, so that's probably not good.
What was I gonna say? Livy Dunn. Well, she went to LSU.
There's no New Orleans
there's no
team.
team near New Orleans. Maybe like St. Louis might be the closest,
What?
or like a Texas team.
Is
Where
Ryan-
is St. Louis?
What?
Missouri.
Is Florida not by New Orleans and Texas not by New
okay,
Orleans?
I guess yeah. Florida's like the right.
Or Georgia?
You know, I can't even join in on this conversation because I am historically
Yeah,
bad
don't-
at geographical
don't even start talking
location.
about geography. It doesn't matter.
Anyways,
Paul's getting the frick F out of Pittsburgh, man. That's all I'm saying.
talking about
Well,
the Pirates,
Yeah.
the Pirates removed a Roberto Clemente memorial on the right field padding, and their team president said, their team president, Travis Williams,
Hold on, what did they remove it for?
they removed it for, just a Surfside vodka ad
Yes.
without telling the Clemente family at all. And
It's the
Ideal.
equivalent of Cincinnati Reds games being partnered with DraftKings Sportsbook now.
yeah, and Texas, right? Isn't Texas with one of them? I think they're like FanDuel or something.
One of them, but Pete Rose would have loved to have been sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook.
Wow, I did not think Pete Rose was going to get mentioned on the show today. That's crazy. The Pirates president, Travis Williams, he acknowledged that they removed the memorial and acknowledged it was an oversight. And he said, quote, "This is ultimately on me, not on anyone else in the organization. It was an honest mistake, and we will be adding number 21 logo back to the padding." And they have done that. I saw today they did put the memorial back up.
Yeah, I was gonna say
What
Surfside logo only lasted like 3 games.
I mean,
I think it was
what a
like 3 or 4
nightmare.
games.
Like, this is the greatest Pirate to ever put on the Pirates uniform. And you are taking it
replace
down.
it for a mid vodka seltzer. Not that I would know that it's mid.
And just the fact that there's an award named after him that goes to the player who's done the best humanitarian stuff, and they're taking it down, and it's just a terrible
And they didn't tell me
situation.
there.
And they
I think
didn't
that's
tell.
what's
Yeah,
funny.
that's another wrinkle. Is they didn't tell anybody with the Clemente family. The Clemente family found out that it was down at the same time that all Pirates and baseball fans realized it was down.
The Pirates are just
What
is
are we
poverty
doing?
This
organization.
is actually probably the-
It's time for your Mets minute, Ryan.
I've been waiting
To
all day
finish
for
off the
fact.
show, I mean,
wrap us up.
We had to
'cause
leave it to the end because we don't like the Mets. We're talking.
We don't
about
like the Mets,
so-
and apparently Ryan has more. So we were like, okay, like we'll rewrite your contract.
We're
so we'll give
contractually
you-
obligated to give him the Mets minute, but
we'll give
today
you
it's
like
probably
a
going to be the
Mets
Mets
minute and a
minutes.
half. But your time starts now.
Guys, come on. Anyway, yeah. Brett Beatty. He can I say he sucks? Is that allowed? Like he's been playing very poorly.
I'll let you. I don't want to take your shine. So go ahead and then toss to me when you want.
He had his time to shine. This was his make it or break it few games here. So the Mets had a 6-game win streak recently. They just lost 5-0 to the Marlins. 5-0 to the Marlins. Great game. Beatty had an error that led to 2 of those runs.
Yes.
And then he also went 0 for 3 at the plate
Yes.
with 2 strikeouts. So I was wondering, man, how is he doing this season? Well, in 27 plate appearances, he has 11 strikeouts, 289 OPS. He's reached base 3 times this season, and his OPS plus is negative 17.
Yes.
Negative 17.
That like
OBS is 0.125, and he has a 111 batting average as we speak.
wow.
But in spring training, he had 4 home runs. He had a .1186 OPS on 59 plate appearances. He was playing really well, and I think that's why we gave him this opportunity. But I think it's time to take that opportunity back.
That's just how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, I mean,
Brett Beatty.
what's happened the last 4 seasons, and we have Acuna waiting, and McNeil just started his rehab assignments. It's over, buddy. Get back to
Beatty,
Syracuse.
Get ready to learn Syracuse Mets, pal.
Brett Beatty may be the greatest AAA hitter. One of the greatest. I know we were talking about that earlier. That's what I meant. Brett Beatty is one of the best AAA hitters I've ever seen. Ryan, you'll see it when you go into with Visons. He hit a baseball over the batting cage in the right center field parking lot at Salem Field. That's like 500 feet.
Yeah, he's really
this guy can.
good.
Is Brett Beatty in
Crush the
quadruple
ball.
A?
He's
Yes.
extremely
Yes.
Is he
good.
quadruple A?
He is a quadruple A player.
He is
100%.
so good when he is not playing professionally for the Mets.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
I agree with Jack. He is definitely a quadruple A player, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Mets, how's our good friend Clay Holmes doing?
Actually, that's a really good question.
Here, I'll work on that.
You
You go. You keep going, Ryan.
I think he pitched the opening day. I think he pitched fine. We lost the game, but it wasn't really his fault.
Yeah, he had a good start. I mean, I can't give him any.
He's kinda just
So I actually
average.
know the answer to that. He has not qualified for a win yet. He has pitched in the high 80s, both in the 2 starts that he's had, 4.2 innings pitched each time.
How is he not qualified for a win when his win-loss is 1-1?
Maybe he pitched a 3rd game.
Maybe he
Well,
just
that'd be
got it.
spreading
Let's see. Did
misinformation.
he pick up He picked up the win on Tuesday,
Okay, yeah. So he just
going
got it.
5 1/3 innings, giving up 4 runs, 10 strikeouts. Oh my goodness!
Go Clay.
In 3 starts, he struck out 20 batters,
He's getting
14
better.
and 2/3 innings.
Did I just hear
Getting
Clay
better.
Holmes getting double-digit strikeouts in a single game?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Wow. Good job by the Mets. I got to give the tip of the cap to them for
I
giving taking the risk to go get Clay Holmes.
He's not bad. I mean, he's a very solid pitcher. I mean,
Yeah.
He shouldn't be your opening day guy, but.
But also, I don't think the Mets signed him as the opening day guy. I think he got kind of flexed into that role after all the stuff happened with all their guys going down. I mean, I know
They had a
Montas
couple
went down
they had
and
a
a
couple
few other
guys.
guys. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, he kind of got flexed in that spot. So,
A guy that's doing undisputably good, Pete Alonso.
shout out.
Actually, shockingly good. I was not expecting this at all. I can you guys agree with that?
I mean,
Shout out Ann Lee. She is so happy. Every
she
time we go into class and she sees Brian, she has to talk to Brian about how good Pete Alonso is.
And
You
Is
said
that not
you
true?
said you
It's
didn't
garnered.
think we'd have a
It's
Pete
deserved.
Alonso or a Pete Rose reference on the show. I didn't think we'd have an Ann Lee reference on the show.
I mean,
Good
Ryan, she talks about it every day. I mean, talking
Alonso-
about how good Pete Alonso has been.
Not Pete Rose. Pete Alonso has 3 home runs, 7 runs, 13 hits on 39 at-bats, 15 RBIs. He has a 4.47 OBP, 6.92 slugging, 1.139 OPS, .222 OPS plus, and he has a .7 WAR.
Only 0.2 above Trent Grisham.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah.
I hope
still
he
really good, though.
I hope he goes on a Chris Davis level hitless streak just for you, Jack.
Ooh, Trent Grisham?
Yes.
And the Miami Marlins, one of the most poverty franchises in the MLB, decided to walk Juan Soto and put Pete Alonso up at bat, and he made him pay. He had a 3-run double, and he won the game for us.
Pete Alonso was able to get to second base.
Yeah. Dude, you hit it right in the gap of the outfield and allowed everyone to get home. What a terrible decision. If you're the Marlins manager,
why would they do that?
Why would you walk Juan Soto to put up Pete Alonso, who is arguably having a much better season right now?
I think that Juan Soto is the more feared hitter than Pete Alonso.
I think Alonso felt disrespectful.
Historically.
Well, I mean, Juan Soto hasn't had exactly the greatest start to the season.
No, I understand that, but you never know when he's going to break it out and decide that he wants to
I hope he goes on a Chris Davis level hit list.
He's got to lock in, that's all.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He'd be able to lock in if he was in pinstripes. Just saying.
Well, he is in pinstripes, but okay.
The Yankee pinstripes. We'd even let him grow a beard now.
He doesn't even have a beard with the
Which,
Mets.
that's the other thing, too. I love how Devin Williams practically was the number one advocator for getting rid of the beard policy. And
but there were other people, too.
Stinkers.
I think there were other people, especially former Yankees like CeCe Sabathia, stepped in and said, hey, let's get this facial hair policy changed. It's kind of stupid. So,
anything for our newest Hall of Famer.
Yeah. I would do anything for CeCe Sabathia. That guy's legit. Ryan, is there any more Mets news that we got to talk about? I mean, McNeil's coming back soon. That's got to be exciting, especially with Beatty playing like
a toddler and double. Like, what are we doing? I don't know.
Could you play third base better than Brett Beatty right now?
Well, probably. He also plays second most of the time. No, I can't play third base. I don't have the arm like that. But I have less errors than Brett Beatty.
You do?
True.
You do.
I mean, I don't feel like that's that.
Everyone in this room combined has less errors than Brett Beatty.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we also probably have less errors than most of the league. So
Brett Beatty has only been on base 3 more times than all of us combined in this room.
I feel like that's how we should end it.
You want to know who's been on base more times than Brett Beatty?
Let me guess,
Trent Grisham.
Okay.
Well, and with that, thank you for watching this episode.
You beat me to it. I was going to cut you off.
Inside the Inning. For Gavin Watson and Ryan Adio, I'm Jack Haskell. We'll see you guys next week. Go Bonnies, go Yankees, and go Mets.
Thanks.
Go Yankees. All right.